that's a standard basketball play by Wes Matthews. He won a game for us on a similar play when he got an offensive rebound. So Paul just has to be ready to box out.
Kuz. 3 ball. He's up to 10 on the night. Kaminsky.
I mean, for him to be able to drive from the three-point line all the way to the rim, the defense just was not there.
Montrezl Harrell. First basket since game 1 of the series, Rob.
You know, sometimes you have all the luck. And when you're at home, you have luck like that.
Things rolling. Suns take a 3-2 lead. They roll the Lakers in the desert. See the looks on the faces of the Lakers players. A must win, and that's the reality, because they face elimination on Thursday night. Games at 7:30 at Staples Center. LeBron goes for 24 on 6 of 10. 17 of those were in the third quarter. He had 7 assists. Kyle Kuzma, 15 points. THT with 11. Devin Booker with 30. Cameron Payne with 16. Bridges with 13. Let's hear from Frank Vogel. Speak with Mike in the media.
Hey, Frank, just your general question, your reaction to how the game went today.
Yeah, obviously poorly. You know, we didn't play well enough on either side of the ball early in the game. They built a big lead. We didn't respond. But it's, you know, they did what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to win Game 5. Whether they win by 1 or win by 30. They won Game 5. It's our turn to go home back, go back to LA, go home, take care of our home court, and make this a 7-game series.
Frank, you tried a lot of different lineups in that first half, especially the second quarter. What were you seeing that wasn't coming from a rhythm standpoint or making shots or whatever it was, especially in that second quarter?
Yeah, we're struggling to shoot the ball. You know, our shooters got to figure it out. We got to continue to work on our execution offensively to see the ball go in the basket. And you know, we didn't defend well enough in the first half. So it was both sides of the ball. So we were looking for a spark with some of the other guys.
Frank, how do you think you respond emotionally to a game like that? There haven't been many in which it's been that big of a margin that early. What are you expecting there?
Yeah, well, we'll find out. We'll find out what we're made of, and we'll find out how bad we want this.
Dave?
Frank, LeBron played all but 17 seconds of the third quarter with the margin already pretty big. What was the idea there? Just to kind of get something working, or was it?
Yeah, we got to find our guys. You know, have our guys. You know, try to find a rhythm. That's what, you know, when you're down by a huge margin like that in the third quarter, you know, you try to find something that works. You know, nothing worked in the first half, so that's what that was about.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, 2 questions. One, was AD particularly close, you know, after he went through his pregame stuff? And then 2, you guys made it through the playoff run last year without facing an elimination game at any point. What gives you confidence here that you guys will have the answer to battle back into these circumstances?
Yeah, well, we got a good team. You know, we got to do the best we can over the next 48 hours to get a little more healthy. You know, really working, you know, with our treatments to get some of our guys back and you know, remain confident in you know, the depth that we have. You know, we built a deep team to withstand some of the injuries, and you know, we got to take care of our home court. As far as Anthony is concerned, he went out and moved around. I don't know exactly how close he was, but he wasn't able to go.
Frank, given what you guys have kind of been through with your injuries and other setbacks this season, are you surprised that you're kind of reaching this point in the season? It seems like urgency and resilience are a little bit short in a game like this.
Well, you got to credit the Suns. They're playing terrific basketball. The second best record in the NBA. They're a really good team. Okay, we have to be on our game, and we weren't on either side of the ball tonight. You know, so you know, our guys fought, competed, but didn't execute on either side of the ball nearly well enough. We have to get back to the drawing board, watch the tape, see ways we can get better, and put together a plan to win Game 6.
Last two questions. Dan?
Hey, Frank, two kind of quick ones for you. LeBron was pretty visibly frustrated in the fourth quarter. I think headed back to the locker room with about 6 minutes to go. Was everything all right with that? And then I guess secondly, how do you guys get Dennis back on track? And what do you think is causing some of the issues he's having? Obviously, 0 for 9 tonight.
Well, in terms of Bron going in the back, Bron had to start his treatment. Doesn't do any good for him to sit over there, without getting worked on or beginning the treatment as soon as possible to help him get ready for Game 6. We have to be creative and find out ways to get Dennis going. He's a hell of a player. He's been huge for us all year. Struggled a couple games in this series, but we've got to put this one behind us and see if we can find be a little more creative and find out ways to get him going. Because when he's going, we're a hell of a team. He had a tough night.
Last question, Mark Medina.
Hey, Frank, how do you think LeBron handled trying to thread the needle of, being aggressive and getting his shot and trying to get others involved?
I thought he found a perfect balance. I mean, he was trying to score, and he was finding people for open shots all night long. While he was in there, we got to knock down shots. You know what I mean? It's a make or miss league, and we're just not shooting the ball really well right now. But I thought he had a good balance of looking to attack the score and looking to create for others.
Thanks, Coach.
Anything else? Okay.
Halsey and one get involved. Get in the gym. Nobody leaves until we make 1,000 threes. Have to bring a little humor to this 90-minute post-game show. Halsey and one, she's a good follow. She wanted to know why everyone was passing up shots too as well. So I don't know if she's got our conference room bugged, but she was spot on tonight. All right, we got Allie. What do you got for us? AD was warming up a couple times. What are you hearing?
AD, can we first talk Dennis?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I just want to talk. No, you're good. I think just listening to Frank there at the end, saying we've got to find ways to get Dennis going. I would actually argue, and Dennis would put this on himself, because I think this season, on several occasions, without both Anthony Davis and LeBron James, he proved that he could. I understand the regular season is different than the postseason, but this is a guy that takes a lot of pride in challenging himself, shouldering that load, wanting to be that leader, has proven that he can be that leader. This is unfamiliar territory for Dennis, guys. The last time he was held scoreless, 2016, in a playoff game, third season in the league. He's now in his 8th season. He's a guy that can dictate. He can get guys involved. The energy aspect, someone that we have taken a lot into account all season long, getting it done on the defensive end of the floor, but also being able to back it up offensively. As much as I know this is a team sport and a team game, and sometimes guys need a little bit from others, I think he's a guy that you can count on to find it within himself as well, to be better in Game 6.
Yeah, wasn't the shooter that we're accustomed to. It just didn't seem like he had any gas at all and never gassed up. I don't know. I don't know whether he's distracted or what, but we need him. And I think whatever the coaching staff has to do, and that includes letting him handle the ball a little bit and letting him do what he does, they're going to have to do that because he's so vital on defense. I didn't really see that pressure picking up full court. I just didn't see the Dennis that we're accustomed to. So I know sometimes you have bad games, you get distracted, you get out of the game, but he's got to find a way. 0 points and no impact on the other end as well. That is not the Dennis Schroeder. So I hope his teammates talk to him.
He didn't have any pick and rolls. He didn't get involved because at one point, Dennis was coming off that pick and roll, hitting that free throw line jumper, which was setting up his 3-ball, which was setting up his drive. So there's ways he can get going. It's just up to his teammates to help get him going. So I see Drummond coming out setting pick, and that's why I wanted to see Trez doing this, because when Trez sets those picks, he rolls. Drummond rolls. With Gasol, it's a little different because he's more of a pop guy. So They need to find more ways to put those guards that are having great offensive games and pick and rolls to try to wear them down.
To win in the playoffs, as you guys all know, obviously your star players have to play well, right? That's kind of a given. But your role players have to give you something, whether it's someone different every single game. I mean, just take the Lakers last year. Role player after role player delivering. Look at Cameron Payne. Look at Jay Crowder. Look at Bridges tonight. Whatever. The list goes on and on for them. That is something we just haven't seen in this series at 3-2.
Well, it's kind of hard, being a role player for a long time in the NBA. It's kind of hard when your star players don't use you.
Gotcha.
So when you're not getting the shots, because
So is it putting too much on them?
it's putting too much on them.
Okay.
And when I say this, I'm not trying to take anything from
No, I
LeBron.
got you.
When LeBron plays, he kind of handles the ball a lot, and he waits to the last second to get you the rock because he's probing for his shot. So when you that way, you got to be ready at all times to take those shots, and you can't be sitting there like wondering if you're going to get that shot because when it comes to you, you're not ready. So LeBron has to find a way to get off that ball faster, get those role guys involved, because once they start moving, that makes the offense moving. They're feeling good. LeBron gets his shot. Everybody gets their shots.
I agree with you 1,000%. Only 14 assists in the game, and Phoenix had 29 because the ball is popping. And when the Lakers are moving the ball and it's popping and they're moving and they're connected, we usually get 25, 27 assists. But I agree. LeBron is a great player, and this happens with a lot of star players. Damian's the same way up in Portland. He handles that ball a lot. But there's a little bit more continuity.
Shots played
in the
out. Let's look at
offense. And
one thing.
I would like, for something to start happening around 10 or 12 seconds, as opposed to, making a pass with 5 seconds or 6 seconds. That's a rush shot, and it's usually contested. So the coaching staff has got to take a look at how the ball is stagnant, how they need to get more movement in there, and because 5 defenders for Phoenix, they're just right there, and they're just waiting, and there's nothing going on except the ball being held by a player from the Lakers. So that's something they got to look at.
Which puts the emphasis on what you guys discussed at the start of the game, the amount of guys that passed up shots.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, Phoenix is just packing the paint.
Back the paint.
There is no ability to get downhill and do what you guys do best, attacking the rim, when you're not hitting your open shots, let alone not taking the shots.
Extra passes, shot clock running out.
Wanting the rock. Rob, you know that.
Yeah, you got to
when you
want
get
the
it-
rock. You got to be ready. We always say,
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
and that's the thing. It's like you look at these guys, they look like a deer in a headlight. They're shocked when they get the ball. And you got to be ready. And even if you're not, cut, move. Because right now, everybody's stagnant. Everybody's standing in one place. You can literally close your eyes and walk to a point and probably touch a Laker player because you know where they're going to be. And you got to put the defense on notice by moving around and make them move their head, wonder where you are. Don't be just going to a spot and say, hey, my feet are stapled to this spot. Throw me the ball here so I can shoot. You got to move.
Lakers are in a must-win situation. Game 6 is Thursday back at Staples Center. You'll see the game here on Spectrum Sportsnet. Tip-off is at 7:30. Our pregame coverage begins at 6:30. Much more ahead. Devin Booker and the Suns light the Lakers up in Game 5. Purple and gold on the brink of elimination. We'll have more post-game reaction coming up next.
Access Sportsnet Lakers is driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. LeBron to assist of the game. This was early. We know that. LeBron to Kuz.
Kuz doing a fake pick, slicing to the basket with a nice left. Got to get points in the paint. You want to win this series.
LeBron had 7 of the Laker 14 assists.
How many?
7
7.
of the Lakers
14?
14 assists.
Things that make you go,
All right, well,
You talking now?
we're going to head back to Phoenix. LeBron is speaking with Mike in the media.
Hey, LeBron, what's your initial analysis of how that thing snowballed right at kind of the end of the first, but certainly in the second quarter?
I don't know. Man. We got our ass kicked. I mean, it's just that simple. They got to whatever they wanted to get to in this game, and we got to be better, obviously, if we want to force a game 7. So, obviously, a lot to learn from in this game, a lot to cover. See, what we got to do better going into game 6. But I mean, they pretty much just kicked our asses. I mean, there's nothing else really to say.
Yeah, if it's fair to say the offense, a lot of it's based on you and AD together and guys playing off that. LeBron, how do you, in this amount of time, not knowing if he's going to be back, what are some of the things you guys can try to figure out on that end of the floor with the way Phoenix is defending you?
I don't know. I mean, right now, we just got to watch some more film and seeing ways we can, try to exploit some of their overhelping. I mean, we're getting some really good looks. We're just not. Making shots. We're literally just not making shots. And, it's my job to get guys open looks and finding guys and putting guys in rhythm, and also staying in rhythm myself. But we're just not making many shots. And, we're going to trust the pass like we always done. And we're going to continue to move the ball, continue to share the ball, and shoot with confidence going into game 6 on our own floor.
Dave.
LeBron, you're the league's leading scorer in elimination games in league history. What's allowed you to have success in those moments, and what will you do to prep yourself for Thursday?
I mean, it's literally win or go home at that point. So, you shoot all the bullets you got and throw the gun too. So, I look forward to the environment. Obviously, our Laker faithful going to give us a lot of energy, and I look forward to the moment. I look forward to the challenge, and see what brings out the best in me and my teammates.
Dan.
LeBron, what's going through your mind in that fourth quarter, the first half of it, when you're sitting kind of by yourself at the end of the bench watching that game get to the finish line, and then sort of what were the conversations like with AD back in the locker room when you guys are getting treatment?
What was going through my mind was they're kicking our ass, but at the end of the day, it's one game, and it's one game, and they did what they're supposed to do. They held serve at home, and we go back an opportunity to even the series back out again. So that was really the only thing that was the two things that was going on in my mind. And then conversation between me and AD, stayed between me and AD. But definitely just back in the back, just getting treatment for myself, getting ready for Game 6.
Last 2. Kyle.
LeBron, obviously AD was out on the court trying to warm up and give it a go. How much hope did you have that AD was going to be able to play tonight? And are you still holding out hope that AD can play in Game 6 with you guys facing elimination?
My mindset is that he's not going to be able to play in Game 6, but that's my mindset. I have to go in with that, prepare as this who's going to be in the lineup. KCP tried to give it a go tonight too, and it didn't work out well for him as well. He had to lead the game as well. So, but my mindset for me is, as if AD won't be in the game in Game 6, and if something changes, then we go from there. But I'm preparing as if he's not.
Last question, Mark Medina.
LeBron, knowing you've excelled your whole career as both a scorer and a passer, in tonight's game, how are you weighing that possession by possession of is this the time to, try to score, or this is the time to try to get someone an open shot?
I play the game the right way no matter the circumstances. Getting guys open looks when I draw 2 or 3. If I'm in a one-on-one coverage and I feel like I got a lane or I got an angle and be able to take it as well. But, I don't predetermine anything that I'm going to do. I've never played the game that way. It's all about reading, reacting, and living with the results. So, obviously, the results tonight wasn't to the liking of what I would like it to be. But, I learned from that and move on to, like I said, to Thursday.
Thanks, Eldrin.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Rob.
So not a lot from LeBron James right there, guys. Let's talk about a couple things that he said, and we'll talk about his game. He's going into Game 6 preparing for no AD, because that's the mindset you kind of have to have, Rob.
You have to. When a guy pulls a groin, you don't know if he's going to be available to play or if he's able to play what he can and cannot do. So you have to prepare. You always have to prepare for the worst. And if you look at this game, you need a lot of preparation because there was pretty much nothing you did that was efficient. There was nothing that you did that was satisfactory to the standards of Laker playoff basketball. So there's a lot of things they got to work on. And it's a short plane ride home so they can get some rest, and then they can get in there and do some film sessions and try to figure this out. And hopefully, the basketball guys will shine on them the next time, and we can go back to Phoenix and rectify what happened tonight.
Yeah, the game was tied early. I don't know, 10-10. They got to figure that out and figure out what happened after that. It was early, and I know early games, both teams are hitting shots, and, you don't really know how the game's going to flow. But something happened after about the first 5 minutes, and the Lakers just seemed like they just stopped playing the game. And it just, I don't know whether it was the crowd or whether, Phoenix was just coming at them in flurries, getting a lot of high percentage shots. Booker, of course, ignited the building, and I just don't think they met any resistance or any fight there in the first and the second quarter. I want to try to forget that for the rest of my life. That was pretty bad.
And the second quarter was the game, because the second half was 49 all.
Yeah.
The second quarter was your game, especially, you could go down after 1 by 8, but it's because Booker hit that shot right at the end of the first quarter. So you look at that second quarter.
Just think of LeBron tonight. He came out in that first quarter. He had 7 points and 5 assists. He hit a 3. Looked like he was attacking. Like we said, he was getting guys involved. He had a couple of nice assists, but then he had a couple passes. Guys were passing up those shots, missing shots. Frank talked about that. And then not scoring until, 9 minutes, 24 seconds left in that third quarter. So the whole team goes into that drought. Can't put it all on LeBron, but I'm just saying, he struggled as well in that second quarter. They all did to get it going.
But I think, too, we also know how much he is shouldering his responsibility. He's the guy that everyone looks to get things going in the many different ways in which he can. But I think he said it best, and we've all talked about it, too. You can't worry about whether AD is going to play or not. Because even if he does play, how strong is he going to be? So what are you going to get from him? And so I think the focus is, you look back at the regular season, guys, they were 19 and 17 without Anthony Davis. They were averaging 109 points without Anthony Davis. Yeah. They can score the basketball. They have an offense. It took them a couple of games during the regular season, remember, to get going, to figure out how to play without AD. And then there was a stretch of time before LeBron went down. It just comes to trusting the pass, moving the basketball, making sure everyone touches it, and that energy and that rhythm is found.
I agree. We're going to be repetitive because I think the ball needs to move. They need to make the defense work a little bit. I just don't think that the Suns, it looked like they played great defense, but they weren't put in positions where they had to defend. They were just waiting to see where it's going to happen. Look, it's one game. Everyone's had an ugly game. This was one of those. The series is not over. The coaching staff, the players, they get to come home, and they get to come home in front of their home crowd, and their number one goal is to win one game. Anything can happen in a 7-game series, and that's where their mindset should be. Don't dwell on this game. Don't dwell on AD. You have enough to win if you play the game the way the Lakers usually play.
Yeah, you have to be active offensively. When you got a team that's young and active offensively, you got to make them play some defense. And when they're just standing around resting, they can say, okay, I can save this energy for the offensive team. And that's what the Suns do. They're one of those teams that like to get up and down. You have Chris Paul, who pushes the tempo, and then when he gets off the ball, you have Devin Booker, who pushes the tempo, and then you have guys like Payne that come in and push the tempo. And you always need a rule when you play in the playoffs. You don't let anyone on the bench come in and get above their average. You don't let anyone come in the bench and excite them. And we're going to talk about Booker. We're going to talk about CP3. But to me, the real star has been Payne. Payne has been coming out and going at Caruso. He's been coming out and going at their guards. Yep. And he's been knocking down that three. You know, when you look at this guy, if you're a basketball person, you walk in the gym, you watch this guy shoot, you be like, wow, that's an ugly shot. But who cares what it looks like? It's effective. And right now, he's affecting the way the Phoenix Suns is playing. He's an energizer bunny. Basically, he is taking what Schroeder does for the Lakers and applying it to.
They're talking trash. That's what I
yeah, applying it to the Suns right now.
I think he's going for a bag of money too, right? He's getting only paid about $1.9 million. He's going to be a free agent.
Yes.
Dennis Schroeder was held scoreless for the first time all season. He's now speaking with Mike in the media.
Hey, Dennis, just wonder what you saw in the first half, and especially in that second quarter when the game seemed to get out of hand. What was Phoenix doing, and what was going on offensively, especially for you guys?
Well, I mean, they play with more pace, play more physical. You know, I think that wasn't a good one. I think we got to flush that one and try to get ready for the next one. I mean, it's one game they won. Home court advantage. They're supposed to do that, you know, and now we got to go back and give everything we have. You know, it's a match ball game for them. And now, you know, going through adversity and staying together is the biggest part right now.
Dennis, with shots not falling tonight, and just looking at how Phoenix is playing you individually defensively, what are the places that you want to get to? What are you looking for on the offensive side?
I think I got to, you know, I got to play my game. I can, you know, like just, I just got to be aggressive and be Dennis, you know. And I mean, you can't control if the ball's going in, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm going to stay aggressive, keep shooting them. And I got to make them. Everybody got to make them, you know. But we trust each other, and I think we just got to, you know, everybody just got to have confidence in each other, and then the shot's going to fall. And, individually, we just got to take pride, you know, making them shots as well. I mean, they swarm in LeBron all the way in the paint. You know, it's like 4 or 5 guys in, and we just got to be confident shooting the ball.
Dennis, in your 2 wins as a team this series, you averaged 22 points. What level of accountability or did your performance contribute to tonight's outcome, do you think?
I mean, I gotta be better for sure. That's not even a question. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm watching film on that one. I think we gotta flush that one, stay positive, and I'm gonna be better, you know, in Game 6. And I think everybody can do better, but you know, it starts with me for sure. AD was out. It starts with me, you know, being aggressive. And you know, helping LeBron and all these other guys, you know, to touch the paint and put pressure on the rim. So, I mean, that starts with me for sure.
And as you said the word confidence a bunch of times, where's that confidence going to come from? Kind of considering the way the offense has performed in this series, you know, how do you think you guys are going to find it between now and Thursday?
I mean, we just got to come out and just everybody. Just everybody come out and play and have fun. I mean, basketball is. We do that for a living, but it's our hobby. You know, end of the day, we got to have fun with it. And I know it's the playoffs, and I know it's, you know, it's a tough stretch right now, but at the end of the day, we want to have fun with it. And I think that's what everybody got to do. just have fun with it, play, leave everything out there what we have, and try to get Game 6. We had to get one anyway in Phoenix, so try to take care of business at home, and then come back and try to close it out. But I mean, like I said, all the focus on Thursday, try to get that W. But I mean, everybody were having fun and confidence, and just go out there and give everything you have.
Hey Dennis, you said in your first or second answer that you guys got to stay together. Obviously the team has had guys in and out all year. Do you feel like just the time you guys haven't had to set that chemistry is really adding strain to games like this and making it harder to respond?
Nah, I mean, end of the day, we can't use that as an excuse. I know everybody was out, or some people was out, through different stuff. But end of the day, it's 48 minutes. And like I said, it starts with me, how we approach the game defensively, how we getting out offensively. And I think we just got to do better there, And, I mean, of course, everybody was out, certain times. And it wasn't easy, but I think going through adversity, like I said before, I think is good for for us. And just now, we just got to stay together. Everybody just got to stay focused, have fun, go out there and play. I mean, we can't use that as an excuse.
Last two, Melissa.
Hey Dennis, when you talked to AD before tip-off after he found out that he wasn't going to play, what was his disappointment level like?
I mean, we knew that. We knew that before anyway. So, I mean, we knew everybody was prepared just to go out there and play. I mean, him, of course, he wanted to be out there, and he's our main guy, one of our main guys. And but like I said, it's been all season, the next man mentality, and I think everybody, just got to be prepared. Even if he don't play on Thursday, or if he plays on Thursday, I think everybody just got to be ready and go out there and compete on the highest level.
The Suns beating the Lakers by 30 tonight. This is the first time in NBA history the defending champ lost by 30 points in the first round. So the stats that I don't like keep coming. That was Stats by Stats. Suns dominate Game 5. Game 6 showdown at Staples is set for Thursday at 7:30 right here on Spectrum Sports. The Carl's Jr. moment of the game. There was not a lot to choose from. Robert and James, this is it. This does not have ranch on it either. James.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where you're like, okay, let's just get it up and hope for the best. But the best wasn't good enough tonight.
That was a tough one to pick in the newsroom. Congrats to people that work hard on the show. They found something. We got Blazers Nuggets. Classic. A classic, by the way. 12 seconds to play. Dame gets in double OT. Guess who? Dame. He's going to bank one in. Denver survives 55 points. 55. At one point, Dame Lillard had 55, and the Lakers had 55. Dame Lillard was 12 of 17 from 3, James. 12 of 17 from 3.
Is that some type of record?
I've never heard of it before.
He's a bad man, Gator.
He is a bad
And I'm telling you, I saw that the three that tied it up for the first overtime. I couldn't believe the airspace they were giving him. I would have like,
you got to send 3 guys at him,
No,
right?
you foul him. You got to crowd him. You foul him. You down. You up 3, foul and send him to the line.
I mean, I'd send 5 guys.
Yeah.
Say if someone else wants to tie this game.
I think Porter Jr. was like 2 feet away from him. I'm like, dude, are you kidding? He can hit it from the locker room. Turn him at half court.
So we're seeing the tides turn, right? Phoenix definitely the advantage in our series, 3-2. Denver, that series kind of has 7 written all over it, right? As they go back to Portland. Looks like the Clippers have kind of gotten things right, starting to roll. Dallas, Luka's a little banged up. That series looks like it's going to go Utah versus Clippers there in the semifinals.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Unless you think Dallas still got a shot, Rob.
I don't.
It's not over, but
I don't think Dallas has a shot because sometimes you get punched in the face and figure it out.
Yeah.
I think the Clippers got punched in the mouth and they figured it out. And if you watch the way those guys are playing, Dallas doesn't have a really good defensive team, so they're on the attack. And that's the thing about NBA basketball now. The team that is attacking is the team that's usually win. The aggressor usually wins the game.
No doubt.
No doubt. All right, Kyle Kuzma scored 15 points, his best offensive showing of the series. Earlier, he spoke with Brez.
Hey, Kyle. Obviously, a one-sided game for you guys tonight. How do you think it got that way? How did it get away from you in that first half in particular?
I think we just didn't show any heart. They were obviously the aggressors, did whatever they want offensively, punked us defensively, and we got disrespected out there. So we got to strap it up game 6.
Kuz, obviously no Anthony Davis tonight. How much did that affect the outcome of the game, and what do you miss from him when he's not there?
Defensively, that's the biggest thing. Obviously, we all know what he can do offensively, but him being the anchor for us, being on that low side, you just saw the guards all night just walk to the rim. And, I don't think that would have been the case if he was played a little bit. So,
how do you guys bounce back? It's only 2 days from now till game 6, but what do you have to do?
We got to play. We got to play with heart. Play like we want to win.
Thanks, Kyle.
All right, so Dan Wiki, please.
Kuz, did you see that? The sort of required, obviously, you guys missed a ton of shots tonight, but was there elements of heart and fight and connection that weren't there tonight?
We were down 30 at one point, early in the first. This is what it was. That was the story of the night. There's nothing really else to say.
Kyle Goon.
Kyle, given what you guys have been through this year, are you surprised that it seems like urgency and resilience kind of came up short in a game like tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like once we got punched in the mouth, we just took it, didn't respond, didn't really throw out punches left. I think that was a lesson for us, and the best part about it is we got game 6 still. So we got a homestand, and I'm sure we'll play much better at home.
Adrian Miniman.
Kuz, what gives you confidence about Game 6 just being at Staples Center, being at home, or is there anything
anything else that gives you confidence that you guys can take it to Game 7?
I just think we got our ass kicked and we got disrespected out there. So I think that should be enough to fuel us.
Bill Laura?
Hey Kyle, you guys made it through the finals run last year without ever facing an elimination game. How does it just feel knowing that if you guys don't get a better response on Thursday, that your season could be over?
Well, I mean, if we don't play better, then we're going to lose. Simple as that. So that's all the really motivation that we kind of need. And got to play.
And we have time for one more with Kyle. Let's go to Brad Turner, please.
What was the mood like in the locker room? What was the sense among all the guys out there after losing the game like this?
We just really didn't have much to say. I mean, obviously we knew what it was. We just didn't play hard. Like I said, got punched, and we just kind of just took it. But like I said, the best thing is we got Game 6. Hopefully that motivated us, and we'll get ready in a day and a half.
All right, Kyle, thank you for your time.
Lee, best one of the night. He's been a guest on the show a couple times. Did the Lakers win? Sometimes
they're
Twitter,
winning like dog. That's all that matters.
Sometimes Twitter can be an amazing place. Incredible things going around, I'm sure. Tonight. Rob, what are you going to break down?
Man, you know what? Sometimes you want to go to the wall and just to point out.
Hey, how about you go to the wall with a little adversity facing us? Down 3-2, must win.
Put me in the wall. Can you put me in the wall?
It might be too late. Oh, they got you.
They got
Get to the wall, man. Get your golf club.
I don't have to do this for adversity. You got to you got to stand up. Got to rise up.
Out the street.
But let me show you something. Put my golf club. Man,
G today.
No golf club. I'm gonna do an old school style right here. Look at this is the action that the Suns have. Look at Devin Booker has basically, a 2-screen situation. You got a little, and then you got a big. Right here, he comes up big. This is where I knew KCP was not KCP. Look how far he's behind Booker when he comes out. Nice rhythm to the shot. Nice J right here. Now we off to the races. This shot. Here we go. Booker is in control of it, but look, he's getting everybody set. He uses Ayton. You know what? I'm a crossover, a la CP3 pump fake. Get you in the air, Mark. Boom, right here. See, Mark. This is what Mark got to come down. Once you hear the whistle, you got to smack his arm so he don't get the shot off. So that's what you have to do. Now you got another situation. You got another guy on Wes Matthews. Look, this is the best move in basketball. Look at this lane that he has to get to create. A la Kobe Bryant, right there. Pull up, Jay. Bow, splash in your face. And if any guy who can create offense like that is going to be in trouble. Now, we get a lazy pass by AC Fresh. Now we're all to the race. This is no you feeling good. Man, this is old school UNLV right here, James. One-on-one, full court basketball. Hit you with the step back for a 2. And you got to understand that Devin Booker is one of the most dynamic scorers in the game of basketball. Don't let him get off to an easy start. Play some good defense. I know KCP is a huge part of that. And you can see that he was laboring tonight with that knee because usually he's on his hip coming off those screens, but he was 2 feet behind him, which hurt.
How do they stop these guards? Or else we're all going to be going fishing next week.
Well, I look at games 1 and 2. I thought we competed pretty good against Bunker, against Booker. Archie Bunker, whatever his name is. They got to compete. They They let him roam. I don't think they, played him physical. Rob said they let him get shots off. Maybe they should have fouled him harder. I don't know, man, but they did a good job. Schroeder did a good job. Pope, it's unfortunate that he's down, but Caruso has the ability to play good defense. So does Wes Matthews. You just got to get up into people's bodies and not let them roam freely. I think that's the key. You got to meet that force with some force.
When you watch the highlights of Cameron Payne right there, it's one of those ones where you go back to old school defense. He's left-handed. Put your body on the left side of him because his shot is so unorthodox that he can't get it off. I know you got to worry about his blow-by speed, but force him right because he's going to come back to that left hand. You saw that one drive there. He drove right, but he brought it back to his left. Make him use that offhand to see how good you really are.
What do you think? So our director of this show, Brian Bergen, is a huge Phoenix Suns fan. I have not heard him say a word. What do you think he's thinking, Rob? Right.
Well, sometimes you don't want to jinx yourself.
Yeah, so he's not really saying much.
There's so many
How happy
superstitions
is
when
he?
it comes to. He's happy, but he's gonna keep it quiet because he works here and doesn't want to get fired. So,
Good point.
so he's inside right now, just like, yes, we won, but I can't really show.
Like, this is his favorite post-game show in 9 years.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's our least favorite. His favorite. He's having a great time.
It's funny, like I went
he keeps rolling B-rolls of like Devin Booker.
Yeah, I went to the Dodger game last night, and my stepdaughter is a big Cardinals fan. Jack Flaherty was pitching. He's a good friend of the family. So we were in the Dodgers, suite. All of a sudden she starts clapping. I look at her, no, you can't do that in here. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna do this because she had the nerve to wear a Cardinals jacket. I said we should have threw her out. Oh, yes, my stepdaughter, throw her out, man. Gabrielle, don't ever do that again.
You can't be doing that in the Dodger suite. Come on. Hey, congrats, Bergen. He's up 3-2. He's very excited. Very excited. He refuses to talk to us.
Stella, also a big Suns fan.
Call them all out.
Sonia.
Who else? Bring them all in here right now. Let's talk to them. Let's line them up and talk to them.
Two Suns fans at work here. All right, more to come on
I
that.
hate the Suns.
We're going to hear from Monty on the other side as the show continues.
Access Sportsnet Lakers is brought to you in part by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the newest, friendliest, and safest casino resort. Good times.
Hello and welcome. Game 6 coming up on Thursday. Note the game time, 7:30. Right right there on Spectrum Sportsnet, 7:30. Do not miss it. If there is a Game 7, it's also going to be on Spectrum Sports. Now let's hear from Suns head coach Monty Williams.
It just looked like we were playing faster because we were getting stops. You know, when you're getting stops and you're playing in transition, and Chris, you know, does a really good job of throwing it ahead to Book. When you're playing that way with his speed, like you don't see a lot of big guards like Book that have the speed that he has, and his footwork is sound, so he's able to stop on the dime and get to his spots.
This has been kind of, you know, a lower scoring series. How big is it when you get, you know, like a 14 burst points from Cam Payne?
Yeah, I mean, that's been his role for us all year long. You know, his ability to get out and score the ball. He and Chris are two different types of point guards. Chris can score, but Chris tends to settle us down and facilitate a bit more. Cam is an attacker, a scorer who can pass. You have to play him, and it keeps the defense honest when you have your backup point guard come off the bench and score like that. So there's no letdown when he's scoring like that, and that's something that we value.
Lakers and LeBron on the brink of elimination. Game 6 on Thursday. We're back with more after the break.
Congrats.
James Harden, the Nets, up 3-1 on Boston. Looking to close them out in Brooklyn, first quarter. Harden on the break with a nice dish to Kevin Durant for the lane.
He's nice.
Hard on the break again. Not sure Boston remembered to play defense on that play.
Lake should have gave away the kicks to get hard.
Blake had a dunk. Tatum trying to fight his way back in. Man, what a young talent he is.
Very talented.
Very, very talented. What are you, Rain Man over there? Brooklyn?
Nice three ball.
Full Mitchell Walker. Danny Ainge. There is nothing he can do but move on to next year.
Yeah.
It is over for the Boston Celtics. Rob, did you just seeing him right there? If you had a towel, would you rain on his even horrible parade that he was having?
Of course. You know what? I'd have been a little bit smarter this time. I was like filled it with ice, tied it in a knot, and go kapow right there in the face. You know,
like James did with the pinata.
Exactly. You know, you got to make him feel it. A little towel to do nothing.
Sixers are going to win that series. Hawks, Knicks. Man, Hawks are on the verge of going to round number 2, which is crazy big game. Bucks already won. Nets already won. James, I got to tell you, that Bucks Nets series is going to be something else. Can anyone beat Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Milwaukee.
Can the Bucks? Yeah, a lot of people think they're the team that can.
This year, in a 7-game series, if your offense is flowing and if you're making the Nets defend, which I think is their weak point, I think, they definitely can be beaten.
You know the thing about, we don't talk about the Bucks. They have a big 3 too.
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday is
Chris
amazing.
Middleton.
Chris Middleton, of course, the 2-time MVP and the Greek Freak. But people don't understand. Drew Holiday is the key to that team.
I know.
He's a good defensive player. I'm not saying he's gonna stop James Harden, but he's a great James Harden and make James Harden defend also.
How does Giannis play down the stretch?
That's gonna be key.
Right. Late in games. I mean, Middleton's kind of been.
Yeah.
He's huge for them. Lopez has been playing great.
I'm interested to see how the
DiVincenzo's
matchups
out for the playoffs,
Yeah.
which is a huge bummer for them. All right, guys. Markieff Morris scored 4 points in the loss. He spoke with Brez a while ago.
Hey, Markieff, obviously this game got out of hand in the first half. What are some of the things you saw out there that led to that?
Really, they just took the fight to us, man. I felt like we started the game off a little hesitant. We needed everybody to be aggressive without AD in the game. And I feel like we was real passive early on. I feel like we wasn't attacking them. And, they was attacking us. They home, got the momentum, the crowd. And they just did a good job of hitting us first and keeping it down.
Markieff, you mentioned AD. What do you guys miss out there without him?
Obviously, his defensive presence. And, it's scoring because we're still having a hard time scoring. So all around, just his all-around game, man. He's a big part of this team. He showed tonight.
If AD cannot play on Thursday, and I know it's a little early to speculate, but how can this team improve offensively?
He's got to be aggressive, man. We have to find that sense of desperation that has not hit this team yet. I feel like this season, being down 3-2, our back against the wall. Last game of the season, possibly. It's a good time to show, that championship DNA. And we just got to fight, man.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Dan Wojcicki.
Markieff, I think you just kind of said it, but this whole season has sort of been, let's wait to see that this team comes together. We'll wait to see when down the road things will be better. What's the mood in this team now that they're, tomorrow, essentially you guys' backs are against the wall, like you're playing for your lives tomorrow. What's the sense in the mood of that in that room?
Just must win. We have to approach the game with that sense of desperation. A lot of these guys haven't been in this position. And this team was just such a high caliber team. but a lot of these guys have also. A lot of us have also been to the playoffs. So I think, end of the day, man, we just gotta fight. This was a bad loss, and I said when I came in the locker room, man, they just disrespecting us. Like it's just like they punching us and we ain't punching back. That's how I felt all night.
Lakers and Suns, Game 6, coming up on Thursday. Must win for the Lake Show.
Hungry for something